Has this ever happened to you? You're scrolling through Twitter or whatever, and you're just at awe with the amazing pixel art that you see, and you think to yourself, I'll never make something so beautiful. But you need to snap out of it and take notes.
Why should I listen to you? Your pixel art sucks.
Yes, my pixel art is not as good as the big guys, but if we compare some of my earlier stuff, I think we can all agree that there has been some improvement. We all know it's hard being consistent, so in order to ensure consistency, it's best to make goals. For me, my game is something that ensures I was doing pixel art, because I needed to draw all the assets for it. One day I was browsing itch.io for top-down tile sets when I ran into Rafa's work. I was so intrigued, I wanted to find out more about the person who made it. I saw a massive gap in skills between my work and his, and you would have never guessed that he didn't study art in school. I asked him how he got so good in pixel art. He told me that in 2021, he lost his job during the pandemic and had the time to dedicate to his pixel art. His goal was to release a tile set to itch.io. He had that inner fire for improvement. He was consistent, and it definitely paid off. Here's some advice from Rafa. Practice every day of the week, consume a lot of references, and be persistent. So give yourself a goal. Here are some ideas. Using constraints is a really good way to work under pressure. Pixel art was originally created due to constraints of the consoles at the time. And when your canvas size is too big, you start deviating from pixel art and going more towards high-res art. Here's an article written by the artist who worked on Celeste. Here, Pedro gives his thoughts on low-res art. He talked about condensing the idea for a character into a lower resolution. He states you need to strip away the details that are not important and focus on the things that communicate what you need. For this particular character, it was the beard, hair, and backpack, and giving him a more laid-back posture by pushing his torso 1 pixel back. But also, constraining the colors is a good way to practice, because you use certain colors for objects you otherwise wouldn't. Color is also very crucial when it comes to making good pixel art. So if you want to choose good palettes for constraining colors or just drawing in general, check out Low Spec. Looking at Twitter and Instagram is great for getting inspired, but you should take it a step further and from time to time copy the great art that inspires you. Copying the details is a great way to learn from things that you otherwise would have missed. Things I noticed when copying: the shading, different brush sizes, the style. Point 4, you're not watching enough tutorials. This point is probably super obvious, but I will throw it in there due to how important it is. I just wanted to add a point that if you're watching the tutorial and not drawing what was taught, it's a huge waste. Yes, we're humans with big brains, but if we're not putting it to practice, a lot of that information is going in one ear and out the other. YouTube is the best place to find tutorials on pixel art. Point 5, you're only studying pixel art. Just because we're using pixel art here doesn't mean you only have to be studying pixel art. That's why an artist straight out of art school can make really beautiful pixel art, even though it's their first attempt trying it. There are general things in pixel art like shading, perspective, color theory, and a lot more that I have not even learned yet. References are also super important when you're doing pixel art. You should have pixel art references and real life references. I'm using an application here called PureRef, and what I love about PureRef is you could literally just drag the image straight into it. Some good sources of pixel art images is Google, Twitter, Pinterest. I also like itch.io because when you're searching for different pixel art things, some of them are free and you can download them and take a look at them in Spray. I really hope you learned something. Thank you so much for watching the video. Leave a like if you liked it, sub if you liked it. Bye!